Strength is learned, not inherited. Every man begins his life powerless, unaware, and dependent. Some grow old while remaining in that same state, waiting for someone to hand them authority, direction, or purpose. They believe strength will arrive naturally with age, or that life will eventually become easier, or that someone will eventually recognize their effort and elevate them. But true strength does not come from time or luck. It comes from a conscious, deliberate decision to stop waiting for the world to feel sympathy. Power is not granted by family, society, or fate. Power is taken by the one who decides he is done being fragile. A strong man is not shaped by comfort. He is shaped by the days no one applauded, the nights no one cared he was struggling, and the battles he fought while everyone else slept. He grows through isolation, through discipline, through repeated confrontation with his own weaknesses. Strength is the accumulation of every moment you refuse to quit when quitting would have been easier. It is built in silence, through private suffering, through choices no one sees. And because it is earned, it cannot be stolen or faked. The man who learns strength understands himself better than anyone around him, because he has seen what he becomes under pressure, under fear, under uncertainty. Most people avoid discomfort. They fear pain, failure, judgment, and responsibility. They tell themselves that life is unfair, that circumstances define them, that success belongs only to the lucky or privileged. But what they fear is exactly what makes a man powerful. Discomfort is the crucible where strength forms. Every difficult task you avoid becomes a doorway closed. Every challenge you face becomes a weapon added to your arsenal. The world tries to convince you to be soft, agreeable, predictable, and harmless. But softness without strategy invites domination. Predictability invites manipulation. Harmlessness invites disrespect. You cannot navigate a ruthless world with a gentle spirit unless that gentleness is backed by the capability to be fierce. Strength is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to move despite fear. It is the discipline to rise when you feel exhausted, to continue when you are discouraged, to push when everyone else stops. A man who trains himself, his mind, his body, his judgment, becomes someone the world cannot easily bend. He becomes a presence that others sense before he speaks. He walks with a confidence rooted in proof, not illusion. And once you build this kind of strength, no one's opinion, rejection, or betrayal can break you, because you know you built yourself. Without their help, people respect what they fear losing. This is one of the most overlooked truths in human nature. Respect is rarely about admiration, kindness, or moral purity. It is about value, scarcity, and the quiet threat of consequence. When people believe you are always available, always forgiving, always bending, they slowly stop seeing you as a person and begin seeing you as a resource. Something to use, something to drain, something that will remain no matter how carelessly they treat it. Humans are wired to take for granted what feels guaranteed. Your presence, your support, your loyalty, and even your patience become invisible the moment they are assumed to be permanent. Value rises when availability decreases. The less predictable you are, the more carefully people approach you. The less dependent you seem, the more seriously they take your presence. When someone senses that you are willing to walk away, that you can stand alone, that you do not need their validation to feel whole, they adjust themselves around you. They choose their words more cautiously. They handle your time more respectfully. They think twice before testing your boundaries. You become someone they cannot afford to lose. People do not respect good intentions. They respect strength, self-sufficiency, and the potential for loss. If someone feels they can disrespect you without consequence, they eventually will. If they believe you will always come back no matter how they treat you, they will push further each time. But when you become a person with standards, distance, and discipline, you force others to interact with you on elevated terms. You eliminate the possibility of being overlooked or undervalued, because you no longer behave like someone willing to accept less than he deserves. Scarcity does not mean being distant for no reason. It means being selective. It means choosing where your energy goes instead of scattering it. It means understanding that not everyone deserves access to your strength, your attention, or your mind. When you treat yourself as valuable, others must adapt to that truth. When you present yourself as someone who cannot be easily replaced, people feel your weight more clearly. They realize losing you would cost them something: comfort, support, wisdom, stability, or even the pride they draw from being associated with you. Respect is a currency, and you decide its value through your behavior. When you move with intention, when you speak with purpose, when your silence carries more weight than another person shouting, you become someone people think carefully about. They do not want to disappoint you, because they know you have the strength to walk away. They do not want to manipulate you, because you are too aware to fall for it. They do not want to lose you, because deep down they know they won't find another version of you elsewhere. Kindness without boundaries becomes weakness. Most people grow up believing that being kind will earn them loyalty, appreciation, and respect. They are taught that if they give enough, love enough, and support enough, the world will eventually respond with gratitude. But reality is not built on gratitude, it is built on opportunity. And when people see unlimited kindness, they do not see a good heart. They see an opening. They see someone who can be pushed, persuaded, drained, or controlled. Kindness without limits tells others that you will tolerate more than you should, accept less than you deserve, and stay longer than you need to. Humans instinctively test boundaries. It is part of survival, part of self-interest, part of understanding their own influence. When someone senses that your kindness has no edge, no firmness, no line they cannot cross, they slowly begin to reshape the dynamic in their favor. They take a little more time, a little more energy, a little more of your patience. The shift happens gradually at first, almost unnoticeably. But once they learn that your kindness stands on soft ground, they begin to depend on it as if it's their right. And when kindness becomes expected, it becomes invisible. It no longer feels generous, it feels owed. There is nothing admirable about giving until you are empty. Nothing noble about sacrificing your stability so others can stay comfortable. True kindness is not a never-ending river. It is a controlled stream, directed only toward those who value it. A man who gives to everyone loses himself. A man who knows when to stop giving gains control. Boundaries do not make you cruel. They make you credible. They send a clear message that your compassion is not a weakness to exploit, but a strength that must be earned. People respect kindness only when it stands beside strength. When you have the ability to walk away, when you can say no without fear, when you can refuse disrespect without hesitation, your kindness becomes meaningful. It becomes a conscious choice, not a default state. The world admires a gentle hand only when it knows that same hand can become firm when necessary. Softness is powerful only when it is backed by the capacity for hardness. You must learn to read intentions, not words. Many will praise your kindness while quietly taking advantage of it. Many will encourage your generosity while never offering anything in return. Many will tell you that boundaries are harsh simply because they benefited from your lack of them. But a life without boundaries is a life lived at the mercy of others, and no man who seeks strength, clarity, and self-respect can allow himself to exist as a tool in someone else's hands. The world does not reward the emotional, it rewards the strategic. Every downfall, every humiliation, every unnecessary conflict begins with a man reacting instead of thinking. Emotions are natural, but they are also dangerous. Anger makes you speak when silence would have given you power. Jealousy makes you expose insecurity you should have concealed. Fear makes you retreat when advancing would have changed your fate. Most men lose not because someone defeated them, but because they defeated themselves through unchecked emotion. When your emotions control you, your enemies do not need to attack directly. They simply provoke you, trigger you, or manipulate the situations around you. A single careless reaction can reveal your weaknesses, expose your intentions, or sabotage your progress. The emotional man is predictable, and predictability is a weapon anyone can use against you. People may smile at you, support you, or pretend to care about your feelings, but many quietly observe how easily you can be pushed off balance. Once they know your pressure points, you hand them the instructions to control you. Control does not mean suppressing emotion, it means mastering it. It means choosing when to reveal, when to conceal, and when to convert emotion into calculated action. A man who controls himself becomes impossible to manipulate. He remains calm when others panic, still when others react, composed when others unravel. His silence creates uncertainty. His patience creates fear. His stability creates influence. People are unnerved by someone who does not break under pressure because they know they cannot predict what he will do next. There will be moments when your mind fills with frustration, when you feel disrespected, provoked, or ignored. That is precisely when your control matters most. Anyone can stay calm when life is easy. Control is defined during chaos. Control is measured when someone insults you, challenges you, or tries to provoke your ego. Many men throw away opportunities, relationships, reputations, and power simply to defend their pride in the moment. Emotional decisions often feel righteous now but cost you heavily later. The strategic man understands timing. He understands that every reaction is a message. He understands that silence can be more intimidating than shouting, that a calm expression can be more threatening than anger, that walking away can hurt someone more than arguing. When you think before you react, you take back the advantage. You decide the pace, the tone, and the direction of every interaction. You dictate the emotional climate instead of being consumed by it. In a world full of impulsive people, the man who governs his emotions becomes rare, and the rare are always powerful. The man who thinks clearly under pressure becomes the one others follow, the one others fear, the one others cannot easily deceive or outmaneuver. Survival demands that you learn when to be gentle and when to be merciless. Life is not a single game played with a single strategy. It is a shifting battlefield where conditions change without warning, and the man who cannot adapt becomes prey. Many people grow up believing that being consistently kind, patient, forgiving, and agreeable makes them noble. But consistency in the wrong direction is not virtue. It is vulnerability. There are moments in life where gentleness opens doors, earns trust, and builds alliances. But there are also moments where gentleness invites betrayal, invites exploitation, and invites those with darker intentions to use your softness against you. A wise man understands that different situations demand different versions of him. When the environment is safe, controlled, and stable, he can operate with kindness and openness because he knows the context supports it. When the environment shifts into competition, conflict, or danger, he must change his stance. A man without the capacity for ruthlessness is not peaceful, he is powerless. Peace is meaningful only when you possess the strength to destroy but choose not to. Mercy has value only when people know you're capable of being merciless. Those who misunderstand this principle confuse ruthlessness with cruelty. They imagine harshness for the sake of ego or dominance, but true ruthlessness is far more disciplined. It is the ability to cut off relationships that weaken you, even when your heart wants to stay. It is the power to enforce boundaries without guilt. It is the courage to confront disloyalty the moment you see it instead of pretending things will fix themselves. It is the clarity to remove people, habits, and environments that slow your growth, even when doing so feels uncomfortable. Gentleness without strength becomes submission. Strength without gentleness becomes brutality. But the combination, the balance, is what creates a man who cannot be manipulated, intimidated, or controlled. People around you pay close attention to what you tolerate. If you let disrespect pass, it grows. If you let betrayal slide, it returns. If you ignore manipulation, it multiplies. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is a calm, cold act of finality, stepping away, cutting ties, withdrawing support, or ending a dynamic that harms you. These decisions are not emotional, they are strategic. When you learn to switch between softness and hardness with accuracy, you become unpredictable. People cannot take advantage of you because they do not know which version of you they will face. They tread carefully, they think twice, and they treat you with the respect that comes from uncertainty. A man who knows when to be gentle creates harmony. A man who knows when to be merciless creates safety. A man who knows both creates power in the end. The lessons you were never taught are the ones that shape the man you must become. The world does not reward the hopeful, the emotional, or the endlessly giving. It rewards the disciplined, the self-governed, the strategic. Strength is earned through your private battles. Respect is gained by becoming someone who cannot be easily replaced. Kindness becomes powerful only when it is guarded by boundaries. Emotions become tools only when they are mastered. And survival becomes victory the moment you learn how to shift between gentleness and ruthlessness with precision. These are the truths your father may not have known, the truths society hides, the truths most men never learn until it's too late. But you know them now, and with knowledge comes responsibility. The responsibility to act differently, think differently, and live with the clarity of a man who finally understands the real rules of power, respect, and self-mastery.